So we all know like dogs and stuff people have personality, dogs have personalities. People don't think about something small like spiders have personalities. I was looking at these spider channels, and like there was a spider keeper, and she had all these spiders, and they were the same species of spiders, but all of the spiders, when you looked in their little homes, they all had different webbings. Like their webs were like they were all very unique. And then there was this one spider that I'll never forget her. Her webbing was like like the beekeeper, like the spider keeper, she was talking about this spider and how she like, she's basically like she was like a rather a shy spider. And so like all the other webbings were like if they was in a box, like you could like go into the house and it was like the webbings were like on the outside of the box, like toward the door, like toward the front, like well, you could just they were very accessible webbings. But this one shy little spider, her webbing, it was like in a like there was like they all had a house inside their house. Like the cage was like one thing, and then inside the cage they had a house. That's like so inside the cage, most of their webbings was outside of their house, but like within the cage. But this one spider in the back, she had her webbing like right outside her house, and like and the owner was talking about how her as a person as a spider, she's like a shy spider in general, and so it's just like like all of their webbings were very distinct, and like their personalities kind of matched their webbing. But this one, hers was like it was a distinctly special webbing, but it matched her personality, and it's like these are spiders, and they have different personalities, y'all. Okay, and so when you think about plants, hear me out. Like when you can look at a group of trees and they'll be the same trees, and but their branchings will be different. Their branching, no two trees will have the same branching, and that is because when they're growing, it's a part of their personalities. Y'all think I'm crazy. I know y'all are gonna think I'm crazy. Oh, Bri's lost it. She's gone off the deep end. She's talking to the trees, but it isn't, because it's spirit first. So like the spirit energy that is growing in those trees and with the trees is manifesting into their branches, into their leaves, into the patterns of the way that they grow. Yeah, no, they can't walk around, but they have energy, energy. Okay. So even the plants should have dominion over themselves, the animals, and then when everyone has dominion over themselves, everyone has control over themselves, everyone has true sovereignty, and whoever they manifested to be in this 3D at this time, it is balance will ensue. Everyone will play their part, being the little piece of God energy that they were uniquely created to be. And when you put all of that uniqueness and diversity together, it creates like the most beautiful mosaic picture in the whole world. It creates peace, it'll create harmony, it'll create balance. Like maybe initially things will be a little, even in the balance that will be created, it'll still always balance in nature. It looks like it looks like a frequency, y'all. It looks like a wave. It's never it's never a flat line. Even to stay alive, you have a heartbeat. Because everything is motion, everything is moving, everything is energy. Energy is always in motion. There is nothing in the world that doesn't exist in a frequency wave, a vibrational state. Everything is always moving at all times. Every living cell emits biophotons and maintains an electromagnetic field, and this includes plants, fungus, bacteria. Like all life has that God energy inside of us.
Empire does collapse, how does American life change or Western life change?
Okay, so one theory that's very important to understand is something called Hermetic philosophy. And Hermetic philosophy is what underpins Plato's Allegory of the Cave.
Mm-hmm.
And Hermetic philosophy comes from Egypt. And it has certain principles, but its main principle is that reality is energy, it's vibrations. Okay, so we think of it as material, but material is a consequence of energy,
mm-hmm.
right? So what this means is that reality is consciousness itself.
Mm-hmm.
So our thoughts are what's real. Our bodies are just vehicles to experience the world around us, but they're not real. When we die, our souls return to the source and we come back again. And we're here permanently in order to experience things we cannot experience in the spiritual world, because in the spiritual world, it's not material. So what's really important is to appreciate that every one of us is part of the source. And so if we think about the totality of things, we can only become despondent. We can only give up hope. But if we think about how individually we can become a better person and how we can impact the people around us, then that becomes reflected onto the reality itself, because we're just part of God itself, right? So the idea is as above, so below, as below, so above, meaning that we are each and every one of us fractals of God. So if we choose to be a good person, this makes the world a better place. If we choose to be a bad person, it also makes the world a worse place. So it's not really about how can I stop these wars from happening, because you cannot. It's not really about where can I put my money to generate more income, because that's not going to happen. It's really about how do I live my life to the fullest? How do I become a much more creative individual that brings goodness to the people around me? And if you do that, you're changing the world every day for the better.